Greetings. This is Nils Paulson. I'm a father, author, and educator, and this is the video version of my latest blog post and email update entitled Summer Update, Birthday, and NEDfest 2023. If you're not already subscribed to receive my email dispatches, which I publish roughly once a month, there are links in the description below where you can sign up, read my past writings, learn about the projects I'm currently working on, and support my work. Thank you for joining me today. And now, without further ado, here's the content of my post. My beloved community, a happy summer to you. It has been a pretty full season here. Anyone else feeling that way? Like the summer is kind of flying by in a whirlwind? If so, may your tempest be a beautiful one. I hope you're well. It has been a while since I've last shared an update, and as we near my 38th birthday on August 2nd, along with the 2-year anniversary of the completion of my treatment for cancer and the beginning of a long recovery journey, I wanted to reach out with a few kind words and good tidings of what's to come. Last time I checked in, I was celebrating my second no evidence of disease scan, the first of which came last November, more than a year into my post-treatment recovery. Many months before my clean scans came to fruition, I quipped one day about convening a NEDfest once I reached complete remission. Well, now that party is well underway. If you missed the news, and even if you did hear it, please join me in a hallelujah. We're all so inexpressibly blessed to be alive right now and to have whatever health we might enjoy. And while there's never any guarantee of how long these blessings will last, it's a singular privilege to inhabit these bodies, share this sacred planet, and walk this beautiful mystery we call life. My recent service trip to Oaxaca, Mexico, which I'll share more about later in this message, strongly reinforced this comprehension that we have much to be grateful for and that we possess an inexhaustible well of resilience as earthlings. Our brothers and sisters around the world are struggling in so many ways, and so are we. We're all dealing with various forms and degrees of illness, stress, and injustice. Traumas and injuries beset us all, and yet we're still here. Not only that, we're sometimes actually truly happy, and we often even somehow manage to find our daily nourishment. And through it all, we retain within us at all times the power and voice to make something beautiful, change the world, and create health and joy and goodness in ourselves and our communities. Without burying the lead too far here, I wanted to share that Satya and I are hosting a little gathering this Friday, July 28th, at our home in Katati. If you are a part of this community, live nearby, and see this in time, please do hit me up for details. If you're located elsewhere or seeing this sometime in the future, worry not. This community is a pretty geographically diverse one, and I intend to create fun and playful ways for us to gather for virtual iterations of the ongoing NEDfest in the coming months, so please stay tuned. In this dispatch, I will share some notes from the last several weeks, including my service trip to Oaxaca and recent river rafting excursion with my Send It family, along with a preview of what's in the works for the coming season. First though, a bit of news. After 2 years of receiving many life-sustaining contributions, I will soon be closing the Support Nils to Fully Heal crowdfunding campaign that my friend launched during my treatment in 2021. By all means, as I continue to deal with the financial fallout of ludicrous medical bills compounded by unexpected unemployment, I do welcome and honor your continued contributions, but alas, this fundraiser seems to be reaching the end of its utility, and I plan to terminate it to make space for a new project in the coming season. If you are a previous donor or a member of my creative inner circle, I'll reach out personally in the next few weeks about the pre-launch of my Patreon page, and I'll take that campaign public shortly thereafter. For now, with all that said, if you feel like declaring your solidarity by making a final donation to my healing fund to help me recover from the battering of medical bills I've recently gone through, or if you just want to make a little happy birthday donation, now would be a great time to do so. That link can be found in the description below as well. While I plan to de-emphasize and ultimately deactivate that GoFundMe campaign to support my healing, I really can't overstate how helpful all the contributions of all you cancer bandits out there have been, not only in helping me afford, oh, I gotta take this. Wow, you guys, so a little exclusive breaking news here. This is not part of the email that I sent out, but Phoenix was missing, my dog, my sweet little 18-year-old blind pooch, since last night, and I like searched everywhere for her today and posted everywhere and kind of did all I felt I could do, and then I came home and started recording this, and I just got a call that she was found. So I'm working on getting in touch with the people. I might have to interrupt this recording one more time to deal with that, and I'm super stoked to get my doggy back. Woo! All right, but I will return to sharing this dispatch as well. It's my first time doing a video of one of my regular blog posts, so yeah, I'm enjoying the challenge. So I think where I left off, I was expressing gratitude to everybody who's contributed to my healing fundraiser, Cancer Bandits, as I've called them, because it's not only helped me with the treatments and recovery, but also now just the many months. They're calling me! Woo! All right. All right, you guys, I got the call. They have Phoenix. I'm going to get her right now. Well, what a treat that we get to be together for this. Okay, here I go. So a bit later now, back home, very happy, got reunited with my pooch and did some snuggling with her, got her fed, and yeah, I just came back home to finish this up. So I think you probably got the point on what I was talking about earlier. I was really just wanting to say thanks to everybody who's kind of helped me get to this point, not only during treatment, but also in the ensuing year plus, just continue to be a lot of costs and challenges. So thanks to everyone who's been a part of that. They call it the dance with cancer. It was a bumpy dance, and we definitely knocked over some things and made a costly mess as we twirled about the party. And then thankfully she left, but I got stuck with the bill. So thanks for the donations, and if you've been unable to give, I want to let you know that actually just by being here, by receiving my emails and messages, by watching this, by sticking around as a part of this community, it makes a real difference for me, so thank you. As a matter of fact, the more I learn about what it will take to be a successful author and share my larger writing projects with the world, the more I'm finding about the importance of having a platform, which publishers measure with numbers like the size of your email list and your YouTube subscribership. So again, just by being here, it makes a difference. I appreciate you hanging in there with me, and I do hope to share something of great value to you. So in my next message, I'll share an overview of the main projects I'm working on, along with whatever fruit I can share of them. These projects include Go Back and Fetch It, my life memoir, Cancer Dancer, a book more specific to my health crisis and healing journey, Wild Parenting, a exciting new project, a playful book about raising kids who are happy and healthy and free. Got Campaign Story, which is a limited series podcast about my 2 runs for US Congress, and a few other small projects, all kind of in the works right now. So please do make sure you subscribe to my email newsletter. The link to that is below. This YouTube channel, other social media platforms. I look forward to sharing updates as these projects mature. But for now, I submit for your consideration these notes from the summer so far. It has been a pretty busy one, and yeah, let's get to it. So part 1, Algo Bonito de Oaxaca. After my all-clear MRI scan this May, as the school year drew to a close and Satya completed the 4th grade, I was honored to embark on a service trip to Oaxaca, Mexico, as a chaperone to a group of high school students from my friend Donna's advanced Spanish class. Wonderful human beings. Our main purpose in taking this journey, along with practicing our Spanish and English and seeing the world, was to share our hands and hearts, to share our service with the denizens of Casa Emily, a small grassroots community center that supports street children and their families in the town of Jojocotlan, Oaxaca. Casa Emily, a project of the larger Centro de Esperanza Infantil, or Center of Hope for Children, feeds hundreds of children a year, with countless children and parents streaming through every afternoon to eat and play and learn and get help with their schoolwork, build community, and enjoy a safe place to be. So we went there, and in addition to helping with daily kitchen and household tasks, our students prepared and led a number of workshops for the children and parents of Casa Emily, from English classes to tutorials on making bracelets and other handicrafts. We also just played with the kids and had fun. We led group games, we planted a veggie garden, and my pet project was installing shelving and providing some much needed tools and physical labor for the inspirational women who run this project. We even came together and painted a beautiful mural. After spending over a week working with these kids and serving the community, we had some amazing opportunities to explore Oaxaca and some of the nearby sacred sites as well, including the ancient ruins of Monte Alban and Mitla, as well as a petrified waterfall where we swam in the natural spring water at Yerve del Agua. Very special place. The region's people and culture and landscape were all awe-inspiring, and I celebrate the many connections I made on this trip, not only with my traveling companions, but with the children and families of Casa Emily, and with our host family at Terraza Cielito Lindo, and with other friends I made along the way. The people of Oaxaca have a lot to teach the privileged, but comparatively miserable, culture we live in here in the United States. Although Oaxaqueños live in one of the most economically impoverished regions of North America, they also know true connection and happiness. They spend time outside and eat fresh local food. They smile and greet neighbors and strangers in the street. Their public spaces are filled with music and art and color. And whatever struggles they face, they seem to devote more energy to serving and celebrating life than to complaining or tuning out. I have a great deal of respect for that. And I returned home from the trip carrying this medicine with me, and I look forward to growing it, cultivating it, and letting it permeate my life and my family and community. An unexpected side takeaway from this trip was a reminder that I truly enjoy facilitating transformative group processes. That is to say, how much I enjoy teaching. It's been really nourishing taking this break from a demanding career in public education, where I've been working in a high school the last 4+ years of my life. And by all means, I intend to continue leaning into my more authentic primary work now as a writer. But circling up with my traveling companions on this trip and hosting our daily check-ins and cultivating that kind and helpful community of teammates reminded me that one of my core gifts is curating community experiences that support the growth of individuals. So I may be done giving the entirety of my life energy to the crisis-laden profession of school teaching and administration, where it seems like there's always a fire to put out, and you always, you need to give more hours than is sustainable. I also recognize that I am a natural and probably lifelong educator. So I'm now more consciously creating opportunities to continue teaching, leading smaller workshops, classes, retreats, and other group experiences in the coming chapter of my life. This will probably include some short-term substitute teaching in the next chapter here, just to keep the bills paid, but it may also include things like teaching writing classes, leading parenting groups, supporting people going through major health crises, and more. I'm really excited to see where this inspiration leads. From this amazing journey to Mexico, a more thorough travelogue, Algo Bonito de Oaxaca, has begun to blossom, which I will share soon. For now, I just wanted to express what an honor it was to participate in this unique opportunity to explore and learn and be of service. Without this invitation, I might never have thought to visit this magical city, and now it feels like another home, a place I look forward to visiting again someday and sharing with my loved ones. The beauty of Oaxaca and its people have definitely made a lasting imprint on my heart. And now for part 2, Idaho Interlude and Sending It on the River. This is part 2 of 2. Since returning from Mexico, I've enjoyed some sweet summer moments with Satya and Phoenix, including paddleboarding on the Russian River and camping in nearby Pomo Canyon. My daughter took a short summer trip to her mother's native Ohio to visit family, and she also had a couple of weeks of day camp here in Sonoma County, which allowed me some weekdays to work on my writing projects and to begin the process of returning to service as a part-time substitute teacher this fall. As the summer progressed, I also fit in a couple of very meaningful short trips, and I've had some other major personal developments begin to take shape here, some of which I'll share now, but I think the juiciest ones I'll have to leave as a teaser for later. As for the short trips, one of these recent short trips was to Boise, Idaho, where I visited my dear brother Lonnie, who was recently put on hospice after many exhausting years of dancing with cancer himself. I've known Lonnie Wan since our days back in Lake County, where we met during some of the grassroots community organizing that I was doing with Transition Lake County. He was a trusted lieutenant and a close friend. We played a lot of music together, we did a lot of ceremony together, learned a lot just on planet Earth together, and I admire this brother greatly and love him very much. He's an epic musician. In fact, that little music sample you heard at the beginning of this video, and which I'll play in more fullness at the end, was Lonnie. I always picture him just on my porch, mandolin in hand, sweet voice singing Wagon Wheel, or calling us to be here now. He was also kind of like a father to me, sharing his considerable wisdom with this young seeker on the path, sharpening my vision as a warrior. I was only able to stay with Lonnie for a couple of days, but I was able to play some music on his guitar and support him in moving to an assisted living facility. Ever since then, he's been bouncing back, and he reportedly is feeling much better. Last time we spoke on the phone. Honestly, I just admire this brother now more than ever. And Lonnie, if you're seeing this, just much love. You are a magnificent king. After returning from Idaho and spending some time at the homestead with Satya, I was able to enjoy a long weekend on the South Fork of the American River in California, whitewater rafting for the first time in my life, and camping with the Send It alumni community. If you were following my journey last winter, or if you read my last annual letter, which is again linked in the description below like everything else, you may recall that the Send It Foundation is a nonprofit that supports in healing by facilitating adventure experiences in community for young adult cancer survivors. So people like myself get together, enjoy most expenses paid adventure time together, where we also get to connect in circle and just maybe if you haven't experienced it yourself, it's hard to describe. But when you're on a journey like that, there's really there's nothing like getting together with people who understand and who are going through similar things. So in January with Send It, I went snowboarding for my first time on a retreat in Tahoe with a small Send It group, and it was amazing. If you are happen to be in the donor class out there and you're looking for an awesome project to support, I encourage you to visit Send It's website, senditfoundation.org, and also donate to my fundraiser page for Send It. I'm part of their upcoming Send-Tember fundraising campaign. They're a 501c3, so donations to them are all tax deductible, and I don't know if I know any more worthy causes, except maybe the Kana Samurai Foundation, which I'll share more about in the next video too. Anyway, back to the rafting trip. This alumni rafting trip earlier this month was pretty awesome. I spent a few days camping along the riverbank with other young adults who have gone through major health crises. We enjoyed each other's fellowship and some deep connection, as well as some powerful lessons from the river, where we spent 2 days navigating Class 3 rapids. This was my first time on a river with this level of power, with thousands of cubic feet per second of snowmelt, just fresh freezing water rushing between jagged crags. When you're out there, you feel the power of the river and also your comparative smallness. There are major dopamine hits as you approach and navigate powerful rapids, hanging on for dear life at times as your boat is inundated with water. And the river teaches us about the delicate balance of life. Having an intention of where you want to go and the power and skill to get there, but also working with the flow of what's present before you, going with the current and not against it. One night around the campfire, a comrade on this trip remarked that the only problem with being a part of this community of cancer survivors is that some people don't make it. I nodded solemnly, but I also hadn't experienced any deaths in my community of survivors yet. And then just a couple of days ago, while I was stand-up paddleboarding down the comparatively mellow Russian River, I got a text that my good friend Megan, who I met on my snowboarding trip with Send It back in January, had passed away after a 3-year tango with breast cancer. She was only 40, a very bright light and a loving mother, and our little community has been pretty devastated by the news. So I uplift a prayer here that Megan's family be comforted, and that her spirit be free. And again, the angel of death rides by, singing its singing its tune of the preciousness of life. It's like a drum beat that's been playing for years in my life since I lost my dad, and a decade later went through my my scary challenges. It's all just to remind us that we're alive and ask us what we truly value, and get us to just savor each beautiful sacred day. As the philosopher Jose Ortega y Gasset reminds us, we cannot put off living until we are ready. The most salient characteristic of life is its coerciveness. It is always urgent, here and now, without any possible postponement. So wherever you may be, I hope you're doing what you love, here and now, and getting ever closer to your truest bliss without any postponement. In that spirit, I look forward to checking in with you again soon and sharing more of my heart song. I feel very excited to share with you some of the gifts I've been birthing, and I feel honored, as always, to be in community with you. Yes to it all. Yours in gratitude and kinship, Nils. And that about does it. It's my first video in a while. Probably first thing I've recorded myself since my Congress campaign. Oh yeah, except for that one virtual graduation keynote speech I did a couple years ago during COVID. I recorded that. I'm ready to get back into it. I think, maybe people have less patience for reading long blog posts these days, and more of a likelihood to just listen to something or pop on a video. So I'll just close by inviting you to stay in touch. If you do derive any benefit from my work, I invite you to subscribe, to share it with someone else. If you can, I do invite you to make a final donation today to my healing fundraiser before it closes. Still dealing with just the lingering medical bill fallout, and trying to make it in this capitalist world, especially as a creator, as a person who's wanting to generate meaningful content. I've got books that are coming through me, and I know it's wanting to be shared with this world. It's just a matter of making it through each month. So thank you for supporting that. Thank you for being a part of it. In a few weeks, I will be sharing my Patreon community. So I'll be inviting people to cultivate sort of more sustained membership, and offering a bunch of cool perks. So please stay tuned for that as well. I want to remind you all the links in this post are in the description below, and also published on my website at nilspaulson.org. So with that, this is Nils Paulson, reminding you that you have the medicine and all the answers and everything you need within you already. All you need to do is go back and fetch it. Much love.
Just wanna live in a time where being ain't a crime, and I am free to go where the spirit flows. I can't remember what. Calling to you, say it's time to pay attention to the things you do. The birds and the bee, the birds and the tree, they've all got something they need to do. They need to be now. At the tone, leave a message. We have gone tribal. We'll get back to you as soon as we're able.